Hello students, today's video is regarding auditing as a subject. In this video we will talk about a very important chapter, objects of auditing. Under objects of auditing there is a very important topic which means errors while auditing and duties of auditor regarding those errors. In this video we will talk about these errors. So first of all I would like to tell you what are the classifications of errors and try to give you a small explanation about each of the error which is displaying on your screen. So first error is error of omission. Friends, error of omission, we can say it is divided into two parts. We can divide the error of omissions into two parts. First, error of complete omissions, and second, error of partial omissions. If we talk about error of complete omissions, we can say when accountant forgets to record the transactions in the subsidiary books or in the general proper books. We all know that there are 5 subsidiary books. So if the accountant forgets to record the transactions in the subsidiary books, then it is an error of omission. This is first omission, which means error of complete omissions. Under error of complete omissions, I have talked about subsidiary books. Subsidiary books here means that sales book, purchase book, sales return book, purchase return book, as well as says general proper. So these are the subsidiary books which I am talking about. So error of omission, first omission under this. Error of complete omissions means when an accountant forget to record the transactions in the subsidiary book or in a journal proper. Under this error of omission, the second omission which is categorized is named as error of partial omission. Error of partial omissions means the transactions are recorded at the debit side of an account but corresponding credit side is omitted to be recorded. Means I have recorded the transactions in the debit side but I have not recorded the transactions in the credit side of its respected account. So it is a kind of an error of partial omissions, means half entry has been done and half entry has been not done, or it is you can say it is left. So it is a kind of an error of partial omissions, partial entry has been done. Next is error of commission. These errors are regarding wrong totaling of subsidiary books, or writing the wrong amount in the subsidiary books, or positioning the wrong amount in the ledger account, or in incorrect balance of ledger account. Means these errors are regarding the wrong totaling of subsidiary books, or writing the wrong amount in the subsidiary books, or we can say that positioning wrong amount in the ledger accounts, or we can say as incorrect balancing of ledger accounts. These errors can take place in the some forms. There are some forms which we can say that these errors can be take place, like recording the wrong amount in the subsidiary books, wrong totaling of subsidiary books, positioning the wrong account in the ledger account, positioning the wrong side of a ledger account, incorrect balancing of ledger account. So these kind of mistakes is been categorized under error of commission. Next is error of principle. When errors are done due to the incomplete knowledge of accounting, the accountant fails to discriminate between the capital and the revenue expenditure. For example, crediting sales account instead of furniture account in the case of sale of own furniture. In the case of sale of own furniture, we are just crediting the sales account instead of future furniture account. So it is a kind of an error of principle, but here we should do that furniture account is going to be credited and sales account is going to be debited, but we are just doing opposite of each one of them. So it is a kind of an error of principle. Next is compensation error. There may be the certain cases when the effect of the wrong errors may be neutralized by any other error, so that the error will not affect the trial balance, hence it will not be deducted. For example, if we are posting a wrong entry, suppose that we are doing a wrong entry as 10,000 and we are again doing a wrong entry as 10,000, one from debit side, one from credit side, so balance will become automatically total, but error is been there. So it is a kind of we are compensating the error of debit by doing one more error in the credit side. So it is a kind of a compensation error. Now I am going to talk about duties of auditor regarding the errors. Duties of auditor is very simple. You can just read the sentences which I have written here. First is to detect error. We all know that auditor is being appointed because the authority checks that whether any error is not been there. So if auditor is appointed, and duty of auditor is to determine the error is been made or not. So these kind of things is a primary task of an auditor to find out the errors. Second, he should work as a detector. Yes, an auditor should work as a detective. But he should work as a watchdog, not a bloodhound. He should not make himself consider that error is been made, then only I am appointed here. He should consider himself that it is a normalized things which should be done by every company. Like auditing is a very normal thing which should be done by every company. That's only I am appointed here to do an auditing of a respected company. So he should work as a detector, not a bloodhound. Third is he should do his work honestly. Yes, every work which is performed in corporate sector, every work which is performed in government sector or any of the sector, the work is been made by any other individual. So that individual should work their work in honest way. So he should do his work honestly. Fourth, he should do moral pressures on employees. He should moral pressures on employees means he should not look over employees in a very negative way, that you have done wrong thing, you have done this type of thing, you have done these mischiefs, you have done these kind of errors you have made. This should not be done. He should only do moral pressure means, okay, no problem, I am here to check the detection, so I will normalize it and you have no fault. Make the atmosphere show. The auditor work is to make the atmosphere so light, so that nobody could accept him as an outsider. So he should work as a pressure on him. He should do moral pressures on employees. Next is he should give suggestions to prevent error. If the error is been made, then every error suggestion is also been there. So auditor should give, if he has suggestions, so he should give to the companies, he should give to the businessman, so that at the next time those error could not be made. Next is he should not do unnecessarily doubt on employees. Yes, if they are having any problems in the books of account, then he should ask them, not doubt them, that you have done this mistake, you have done this mistake. It should not be done like this. And unnecessary doubts on employees should not be made. Like after appointed by a manager, and after just calling all the employees and saying that, look, the manager has been appointed here, means you have done something mischievous, you have done something wrong way, then only I have been appointed here, so make all the document clear and present to me. This kind of thing is not be done the kind of things is not be shown in front of the employees by an auditor. So he should not do unnecessary doubts on employees. Next is to detect errors, he should be based on routine checking. To detect error, he should be based on routine checking. Yes, routine checking is very important as far as every business accounting has been concerned, because to detect error, routine checking plays a very important task. It's a kind of an checking which is made by which is made by the internal management as well as from outside management as well. So to detect the error, he should be based on routine checking. Means auditor should ask that, if you have done routine checking, that give me the report according to which I am doing the auditing of your company. So he should ask for the routine checkings report. Next is he should protect the interest of client by following the rules given in the act. Every interest of client should not be violated by an auditor. It's the first most task by an auditor should be accomplished, that auditor should not perform any kind of work by which the interest of a client, interest of a people, interest of the employees working in that office should affect. He should protect the interest of client but there is a one clause, it is by following the rules given in the act. It should not be like this, that for protecting the interest of the client, or an auditor is violating the rules which is given in the act. No, it should not be done like this. By following the rules given in the act, he should protect the interest of the client. So this video is regarding objects of accounting, in which I have explained you a lots of 3 types of error. It should be taken into considerations as far as the frauds and objects of accounting is been concerned. And after that, I have taught you these duties of auditor regarding the error, and given each point explanation in a better way. So hope you like this video, and thank you for listening this. Do like, share and subscribe my channel to get all the latest updates as far as the BCom syllabus is been concerned. Thank you.